How many times do you think you've performed the Nutcracker?
I've performed the Nutcracker 25 years in a row. I've danced every role. I've hated every second of it. No.
I'm Bess Cargman, your Collector Ballerina, bringing the art of dance and collectibles together here on Collector's Cafe.
I can't hear the Sugar Plum Variation music ever again without just having a visceral reaction.
I'm Bess Cargman, your Collector Ballerina for Collector's Cafe. Today we're talking all things ballet and collectibles with ballerina and actress Raychel Diane Weiner. You can see her on Starz' Golden Globe nominated ballet drama Flesh and Bone. Raychel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
When did your passion for ballet begin?
Somewhere in high school, I was painfully shy, and ballet gave me a confidence, being put on stage, wearing a costume, doing it in front of hundreds or thousands of people. So it really does break down that wall that, the being shy you hide behind.
Dancing on stage versus dancing on screen, which is more intense?
Dancing on stage, you have one shot. There's so much energy put into that one opportunity to perform. Dancing on screen, you have nothing to project to and nothing to feed off of. But they're both a lot of fun. Performing is performing at the end of the day.
Do you perform your own stunts?
I do 100% of my own stunts. In Flesh and Bone, the stripping as well. I finally started to get comfortable with my voice, and then boom, let's have you dance on a pole for millions of people.
Is there anyone in the ballet world that inspires you?
Julie Kent, she's still rocking it. I really loved the Audrey Hepburns and Leslie Carones of the world. Funny face. I love that movie so much. And the scene where she's in the tavern and dancing in her turtleneck, and I just love it.
Can you list some stereotypes in the ballet world?
I think a stereotype would be that we are kind of sheltered, that everyone has eating disorders, we're a little slutty, or that we all do have ugly feet. They're not cute, but they're not always horrendous. There are truths to what you see, but you wouldn't say ER is an exact depiction of what an emergency room is like.
What are some things you collect?
I have a few fun things in my bag. This shirt is from the first Nutcracker where I performed a principal role. I also have the first ever professional job, San Francisco Ballet in Swan Lake, and I have my cast shirt. It says cast, which is really the only part I care about. We have some fun leotards. This one is the New York City subway system, and this one's designed by Lone Reed Design. She's based out of Houston. I also have this one, like show me your guns. I love wearing silly things in class. Number 30 was my audition number for Oregon Ballet Theater, which I ultimately got the job. And this was my audition number for Flesh and Bone. These have been kept because I don't clean out my dance bag. But I love them and they mean a lot to me. And then there's the Pointe Shoes. Today I have about 300 total. These are the Pointe Shoes I wore in Flesh and Bone for Rubies. As you can see, the nasty. This was my backup pair, which are nice and clean and still rock hard. And then we have my photo shoot / bikini Pointe shoes. So I wore these on the show. I pancake them nude because it makes your leg line look longer. None of these will ever be thrown away.
Now it's time to play a very fun game called Would You Rather. Would you rather play Natalie Portman or Mila Kunis in Black Swan?
Mila Kunis, that's my girl.
How about Dancing with the Stars? Channing Tatum or Derek Hough?
Channing Tatum, you're super hot, but Derek Hough. He's just the cutest thing in the whole world.
Would you rather perform a Sia or Bjork music video?
Sia. She's breaking down those boundaries. I love it.
Would you rather do a pas de deux with Baryshnikov or Nureyev at the height of their careers?
Baryshnikov, because he's a little guy and I'm a shorter dancer.
Would you rather do a fish dive into the loving arms of Ryan Reynolds or Chris Pine?
I have to say my boyfriend looks a little bit like Chris Pine, so my inkling is to go in that direction.
We are dying to know, what are you working on next?
Well, I'm still heavily involved in Flesh and Bone, and I'm also working on a project by writer and director John Swetnam on another dance drama for teens.
Thank you again for stopping by and talking ballet with us today.
Thank you.
I'm Bess Cargman, your Collector Ballerina, and that wraps it up for this edition of Collector's Cafe.